Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Rust Sky video with me, your host, BioLazer. Before we get this episode started, make sure to hit that like button if you like the video, or I should say, just hit it before the video even gets started. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel, and make sure to hit that notification bell button to be notified whenever we post another video. Today's guy is going to be a little bit more short. We're going to be talking about smelting. Now, this is going to be smelting more for beginners. There are more detailed guides out there. If you guys so choose to look at more detailed guys, I would suggest for you guys to go look at a YouTuber called Tronan. He has a lot of good guides and as well as a lot of good I would say rust builds. You're more than welcome to check him out. His smelting guide is a little bit more detailed. This is gonna be more of a I would say beginners because I don't want to show you guys like the end of the line and you guys are like, well, this is too much math. So the first thing you gotta know when it comes to smelting and rust, these are the resources that you're going to be smelting, not including food. I don't think food is should be considered smelting. Food is more of a cooking type of thing. But we're going to have a specific guide when it comes to food and water. Now, when it comes to rust, the things you're going to be smelting are going to be stone into charcoal, wood into metal fragments, and sulfur ore into regular sulfur, as well as crude oil into low-grade fuel. Now, the only thing that you guys have to know is that when it comes down to the furnace, the first thing you're gonna come across is the furnace. Okay, so now the furnace is one of those items that you can actually craft in order for you to have in your base and things like that. You could actually have all three of these items. You could actually have the small oil refinery, the large furnace, and the small furnace. You could actually craft all of these and having it at your own base. Now, obviously, these are more like high-end tier, and these are a little bit more expensive. I would just say kind of just rely on finding one of these when you're doing a monument and stuff that which you could come across, or when you're doing things and you find the actual item, then yeah, of course, use it and slap it down. Otherwise, I would not bother wasting your resources on crafting these things. Or if you want, you could even go over here and like buy the actual furnace and things like that. I believe they sell them in Bandicamp if I'm not mistaken, or actually here. We'll look at it towards the end of the video, but I digress. So now when it comes to the small furnaces, obviously you're gonna put you don't have to put maximum wood. You could put as much as wood as you want in it, and then you're gonna put metal. Now a lot of people fail and they mistake this. They just kind of put this and they turn it on and then they walk away. Do not do this. You want to do what is called splitting the stacks. Now we're gonna do it. We're gonna do this for testing purposes right now. I'm gonna show you guys how it looks like if I were to put two stacks, and then we're gonna show you right now what it would look like if I were to put three stacks. So obviously we're gonna put 250 right here, and then we're gonna put 250 right there, right? So now we're gonna turn on all of these. Let's say, oh boy, okay, because it's because I have this out. Oh my god! All right, here we go. So we're gonna turn all three of these on, like so, and while they are smelting, we're gonna continue here. Obviously, the large furnace, this bad boy right here. Obviously, this one's gonna give you a lot more resource, or they would smelt a lot faster. Now, when you're trying to access it, you can't just come in here and just kind of go onto it. You have to actually come to the Windows side of it, like right here. And you would actually have to put things in there in order for you to smelt something. So now, for intensive purposes, we're going to put, this bad boy right here. We're going to put what is called sulfur, which is something you're going to need in order for you to raid. So let's just split the stacks. Honestly, people don't do this with sulfur. I say do it because I don't know why people don't do it. It helps out a lot, especially if you're trying to do a big boy raid. Why not? All right, so now we're going to turn this on. Obviously, it's going to smelt. This is the one thing about when it comes to the furnaces. They might not make a lot of noise, but people, if I get close to it, I could hear. If this was behind the wall, I'd be like, oh, somebody's cooking metal right there. Not only that, they brighten the base. Now, when it comes to the large furnace, as you can see, it throws a lot of smoke, and people can see that from far away. People will be like, hey, dude, somebody over there has a large furnace. So, obviously, you're going to want to put a gate around this so nobody could just come up. Because, look, I could just come up and then be like, thanks for the loot, and then just kind of grab it, Now, when it comes to the small oil refinery, you're gonna need, well, I should say, you're gonna use this in order to smelt down crude oil into low grade fuel. You're gonna need low grade fuel to power a lot of things. Power things like boats, power things like chainsaws, power things like that. All of that stuff. If you guys don't know how to get any of these resources, make sure to go check out my resource, guys. Well, technically, this is not really a resource. You don't really gather this. You kind of just find this while you're doing scrap runs and stuff like that. But I'm gonna make a specific guide when it comes to scrap. So look forward to that guy. I know every single video I'm like, I'm gonna make a specific guy. I don't want to confuse you guys and give you everything in one video because the video will be like 3 hours long. It's too long. Now, you could only smelt, or I should say refine, crude oil in here. You can refine other things in here. Okay? I guess you could refine wood if if you so choose to. But you can't refine other things. Like if I were to put metal in here, or like this thing right here, it's not gonna smelt it. Look. If I put it in here, it's not gonna smelt it. Watch. See? It's not smelting it because it's not for that. It's not meant for this. Okay? So don't think that, oh, well, this is their smelter. No. Okay? You always want to split. Remember, you always want to split the stack into two. And now that we've been waiting, I'm going to show you right here. We're going to turn off the furnaces like so. And I'm going to show you. So this one that had one stack has 18 metal fragments. Has 71 charcoal, obviously. And then right here, it has 36. So double the amount. And then when I come here, it has 54. So as you can see, this thing is only going to smelt a stack at a time. So obviously, if I split it into 3 stacks, it's going to give me a lot more. Now, some of you might be like, well, why don't I just get greedy and put 4 stacks? This is what's going to happen. It turns off automatically. Why is that? Because remember, when it smelts down wood, it's going to make a stack of charcoal. And if it doesn't have anywhere to go, before in the past, they used to just spit it out. And then these things would just disappear in the ground. But now it just kind of automatically turns off. You need space for the charcoal. This is not like other survival games where it just continues and it just makes magical space. No. This one, you only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slots. And that is all you could work with. Now, this is why people like the bigger furnace. Because not only does it smelt a lot of things at once, but it also have tons of room. So you could smelt a lot of things at once, you know? Obviously, we just smelted sulfur, which we're going to need in order for us to, like, combine together. In order for us to make what is called charcoal. So we see, if we're going to need charcoal right here, you're going to need charcoal. You're going to need to be next to a worker's bench in order for you to do this. Now, you might be asking, oh, why do you need charcoal for and things like that? Well, it's very easy. It's for you to craft ammo. Things like bullets. Things like explosives and things like that. But I don't have any of these resources right now, so we're just going to digress from that. Now, when it comes to smelting charcoal, if you want to smelt a lot of wood, oh man, I didn't mean to. Let's turn this out. If you want to smelt a lot of wood at once, you're gonna want to use this, the small oil refinery. The reason why is because for some reason this smelts charcoal a lot faster. I would say don't use this. If you're a solo player, don't even bother with this, and don't bother with this. Unless you're having a really good wipe, I would say don't bother with these two. If you really need to smelt a lot of the, crude oil you have into low grade fuel, like I said, you could just go to the outpost and then just kind of sit there in peace, and then smelt it. And I know some people will be like, well, if I could have this at base, why wouldn't I? You can only place this in the ground. You can't place this on a regular foundation. If you try to place this on a foundation, it does not go. And it only goes on the ground. So that means that you're going to have to place it and then build around it, which is going to change your whole PvP structure and how things look. So I would suggest for you not even to bother with that, But it's up to you. I mean, this has been a short guide when it comes down to smelting. As now you can see, if you split the stacks, you're gonna get far more than if you wouldn't split stacks. Okay, now obviously if you have 3 1000s, then yeah, put 3 1000s, and you're gonna be smelting a lot more. Now, one funny thing that you guys might not know, you could actually pick up with the hammer. You could actually pick up the refinery forge right here, the furnace, I should say. I don't know why I said refinery forge, but the furnace, you could actually pick it up. The only thing about it is that if you see, it lost a little HP. Whenever you pick things up, it loses HP. You cannot pick up the bad boy right here. Once this is placed, it cannot be picked up. As well as the same thing as this, the small oil refinery. You cannot pick it up. You can only pick up the small furnaces. This is why I like small furnaces a lot better, because you could always pick them up. And I mean, come on. Look at this. This is nice. You could actually put them all three like in a triangle form, like so. And then you could even use them because you could just use them. You built around them, and then you could use them as a floor. You could have them underneath you, and you could just click on them and then access all three of them at once. But that is going to be for a future, I guess you could say, base review or base, my favorite base and locations like that. But that's going to be it for this refinery small guide. I hope you guys like it. Remember what I said. If you guys want more detailed guide when it comes down to like numbers and math and everything, go make sure to go check out other guys that are a little bit more detailed. This is more for like a beginner player and what to kind of like look at and stuff like that. Again, I suggest for you guys to check out the Tronin guy. When it's smelting guy, you could just put smelting guy Russ and it would come up right there. If not, go make sure to check out the other members of the Boyfriend Squad. They're also posting guides. Make sure to go check them out. Their channel links are always down in the description down below. And with that said, guys, make sure to like the video if you guys like the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel. And make sure to hit that notification bell button to be notified whenever I post another video. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!